Top of the track, good. Nice. Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah, sure. Here it is, guys. After showing you 4 brilliant things about Shimano XTR, I'm gonna give you my really honest opinion about these components. This is day 4. We've already done some rough trail riding on cross-country full suspension bikes, on trail bikes and on the enduro bikes. And the terrain here in Slovenia can be really rough.
Okay, what we've got here?
Okay, so you can see, this is the corners.
Uh-huh. Super slippy, man. Wow.
First off, there are some features of the new XTR, I think, where they followed SRAM, where SRAM was faster at least. That's, of course, the 12-speed cassette. So for those who don't know much about the new XTR just yet, we have 1x12 drivetrain, we have option of 2x12 drivetrain, and also 1x11 drivetrain. The 12-speed cassette is 10. So once again, they've made something that SRAM had, 10 teeth on this cock, on this sprocket, 51. So one more than SRAM. It's been not necessarily done just to have 1 teeth more, because Shimano say that there is more, how do we call it, exact, like similar differences between these sprockets when we ride, so the gearing ratio. I've been using 32 by 51 on super steep climb. It was helpful. For every day, for cross-country rides, I think 50 is enough. But there you go, you've got the range, and the range is more than SRAM, which is not very important for me. 10-50 would be okay, but this is fine. All right, we have 2 Q factors for the cranksets, 162, 168. So for those who want to have wider crank arm distance and maybe more balance when you are enduro rider, there you go, 168 is there. The cassette has been improved, and there was some interesting story actually that I went through. Maybe you remember when I bought Kennedal Cat 10, it was on Shimano 105 800 components, and I've been testing that one in Iceland, and that one already came with directional chain. And the chain was put on my bike by the manufacturer in the wrong way. So I was telling you that the shifting wasn't super good. Then I found out about that mistake. I put the chain back in its right direction. It was a little bit better, but not a huge difference. Here, I've got the same story, which tells me a lot about how much the chain has been improved. The first bike I got on the first and second day was Canyon Spectral, and the chain was put in the wrong way. So I was testing it for 2 days, saying the shifting has been improved comparing to the previous XTR. If you watched my slow motion XTR versus Eagle video, you can see that. So this one was better, but sometimes between the 10th and 9th gear, it didn't really work well. I couldn't adjust it myself, and no one could. And Shimano, they found out, they've put the chain in the wrong way. And then when they fixed it, oh man, amazing. There was a huge difference. That means that now the directional chain on the new XTR really does make sense. I would say that one, the previous generation of directional chains is like the beta version. I mean, the chain is okay, but I don't feel that much difference between what direction it is in. This one, a lot of difference. It has been improved. Shifting up the cassette on the load, so while pushing the pedals, is much better. Shifting down the cassette is has even greater difference comparing to the previous XTR. Now, how does it compare to SRAM Eagle? I still think that the cassette of SRAM Eagle is a little bit better, because when we look at the teeth, well, just look at it. I feel that the teeth on the SRAM Eagle cassette and also on the chainring in the front are even more advanced, but then the shifter of Shimano XTR is superior to SRAM Eagle. Why is it so? Let me show you the shifter. SRAM Eagle does not let you shift down by using this lever in two ways, which XTR does have, but also XTR has the instant release. So once you release, once you push the downshifting lever, when you go from the larger cocks to the smaller cocks, the whole length of the cable is already released and the gear change is already done. On the SRAM you have to push and release. The other thing is that also that on the XTR you can go down the cassette by two, pick, you see? Pick, and that's amazing. I'm using it a lot for cross-country races when you go up and down, up and down, superior to SRAM Eagle, honest opinion. So this one is better than the SRAM Eagle. But then when we go back to the derailleur, they also kind of follow the design that SRAM had, which is larger pulleys. They work very well. Shimano say, the people here from Shimano say also that they've been working about the flexibility of this pulley. It flexes a little bit. It doesn't mean the play on the bearing, but the pulley itself has to flex a little bit in order to allow you for some nice and smooth gear change, especially on those larger sprockets. It does work very well. So I do like it. But then on the Eagle, we've got another pulley for the cable. Here we have none. And this is the part of the derailleur which is still, I would say, outdated. Remember me complaining especially about the road derailleurs, where the cable will fray here because it rubs against this arm of the derailleur. They say here, when we've been asking them, that this part has been improved, but this is like a plastic insert, and I do feel that SRAM Eagle derailleur does work smoother than the XTR. Once more, the shifting of the XTR is really well. I could not tell you that SRAM is better or Shimano is better. I can tell you that the shifters are faster. Shimano, the SRAM derailleur is, in my opinion, even better than the XTR, but they are very, very competitive to each other. So that's what I can tell you. The Hyperglide now is the Hyperglide Plus. So directional chain really working well. And also in the front, as we could expect, we have now the direct mount. And nice thing about the crankset is that you can put 1x or 2x or double chainrings on the same crankset, and that's amazing. I'm loving it. When you have, I think this is for the 168 Q factor. Yeah, I think so. But yes, you can use it. I'm not gonna make you bored with all the dry facts about the XTR. But what I like, yes, you can mount 1x or the single or double. In the double version, the smaller chainring will be mounted to the larger one with 4 bolts. Here we have just one lock ring. Very good. The look of the XTR, well, you say it for yourself, but I'm loving it. This is really good. And in terms of the brakes, we are getting either the two piston or 4 piston brakes. What has changed, I can confirm that the modulation of the brakes has been improved. I didn't feel any lack of braking power on the 2-piston design, but for sure those enduro, some tough trail riders will appreciate the 4-piston. I'm loving it. What I'm surprised with is the rotors, because the rotors now are about 40 grams lighter and will have even better heat dissipation. So I'm loving it. I'm really, really loving it. As for the facts, you already know. This thing with the contact point here is really amazing. We are getting this nice line for the derailleur alignment, and the mono lever for the front derailleur with the two-way release. Amazing, really amazing. They have nailed it. You can see that Shimano have been working for years with this group set, so I'm loving it. If you are interested in 1x11, so if you want to have really lightweight setup, the 11 speed cassette is basically the 12 speed cassette minus the largest sprocket. So this is how it's been made. And here we've got steel, titanium and alloy, right? So it won't be compatible with any other group set right now, because of course we have different hub for the, in order to accommodate the 10 teeth cock. So am I telling you guys go out and buy XTR? It's not available just yet. If you're a pro rider, you will get it. It's been improved. The most interesting thing for me was the shifting performance, and it's much better than it was before. It wasn't bad, it is much better, but I was telling you that the cassettes of the Shimano have been outdated. The shaping of the teeth have been outdated. It's been updated right now, and they really made it pretty well. So all in all, the new XTR, yes, I do like it. Plus, you also get the special dropper post lever from XTR, which you can mount on the handlebars, and also you've got much more options for positioning your shifters, which is very good. That's what I think. If I forgot about something, just ask me right now, since I'm still here for 25 hours. I'm gonna try to maybe make the pictures or ask your questions before I leave Slovenia. That's it. Greetings from Sick Biker, Kranjska Gora. Bye bye guys.